Some 35,000 cricket enthusiasts were there, and apart from 50s by Mitchell and Nuss, they saw wickets fall cheaply. Pillion was bowled by Wright for 5. The South Africans' first innings produced only 175 runs, which left England in a very nice position. England's opening pair coped in brilliant style, and the feature of the day's play was Len Hutton's masterly return to form. Critics describe his century as flawless.
A great moment for the incomparable Len Hutton. That magical piece of cricketing nostalgia dates back to 1947. But of course, over the years that have followed, Headingley has been the scene of many English and Yorkshire triumphs. The county of Yorkshire has provided some of the greatest talent the game of cricket has ever seen. And today, with its crop of young, homegrown talent, many observers say the future for Yorkshire County Cricket Club looks very rosy indeed. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said about the ground itself. Much loved though this stadium is, Headingley's location and its facilities are struggling to cope with the demands of the game today, never mind the challenge of the 21st century. Yorkshire cannot survive on nostalgia. It must look to the future and a new home, an arena for cricket befitting a club of Yorkshire's stature, tradition and its ambitions for the future. Wakefield Council believes that only it can deliver a site within the required timescale, one that will take Yorkshire cricket forward into the new millennium and boast facilities that will be the envy of the cricketing world. Pipe dream or reality? Let's see why Wakefield, the ancient cathedral city and county seat of West Yorkshire, believes its development package offers an unrivaled opportunity to bring not just a world-class, but a world-beating cricket stadium to the heart of Yorkshire. Let's take a closer look. Overlooked by the historic remains of Sandal Castle, bordered to the east by Pugneys Country Park, and to the north by the golf course, the development site couldn't be better placed to meet and surpass the criteria laid down by Yorkshire County Cricket Club. Wakefield is convinced that its development proposals will create a ground that will be the jewel in the crown of English cricket, with facilities that will be the very best in the world. The architects tasked with realising this vision are the internationally renowned firms MLH and Arup Associates, who are working in partnership on the project for Wakefield Council. Let's hear from Terry Raggett, the architect assigned to the project.
We'd like to show you some of the work currently in progress for Wakefield's submission to Yorkshire County Cricket Club. We're very fortunate in having a wonderful greenfield site, a blank sheet of paper, hopefully open minds, and a detailed brief from the County Cricket Club. On the screen here we can show you the computer graphics of the stadium model currently in progress. This shows a plan, and Rich is going to generate a few different views so that we can show you what's possible.
Well, could that be the shape of things to come? The Wakefield proposals for this greenfield site certainly fire the imagination. The final designs will be, of course, the decision of the Yorkshire County Cricket Club. Now, let's get down to earth, literally. The quality of the ground itself is, of course, a special consideration. It's imperative not only to have pitches of test match standard, but the ground itself can withstand the test of time and the rigours of the modern-day game of cricket. To find out how the land lies for the Wakefield site, let's hear from the independent and internationally renowned Sports Turf Research Institute.
We at the STRI have been engaged to look at the site, to look at the soil, to look at the drainage. We have considerable experience in dealing with riverside sites, and we see no difficulties in producing a first-class playing surface. This is an excellent site.
Well, we've heard the experts' opinions about the ground and the stadium, but where's that money going to come from? Well, of the two sites under consideration, only Wakefield is eligible for European funding, and only Wakefield can point to previous successes in that vital area. The Wakefield Europort rail terminal was developed with European support to the tune of several £1 million. James Froomberg, a partner of KPMG, and Mark Sutcliffe from Strategic Leisure, both of whom are partners in Wakefield's venture, have particular expertise in European and Sports Council lottery funding, respectively. Let's hear what they've got to say about how much money is involved and how quickly that support would be forthcoming.
Well, Wakefield is indeed eligible for European Commission Objective 2 funding, and we helped secure the £3.5 million for the Europort development earlier. But this funding isn't just available for business schemes, it's also available for new tourism and cultural developments, and the Yorkshire County Cricket Club stadium and all the other developments associated with that fall well into that category. We've been researching this pretty thoroughly and have substantial experience of helping many other organisations bid for and obtain European funding, and we can be pretty confident that funding of up to £5 million will be possible here and securable, and quite possibly that could be pushed up to £9 million, and that could well be available in the bank by 1997.
Strategic Leisure have identified all potential sources of funding for this prestigious project, and we're confident that a funding package using a variety of sources can be put together to meet the estimated scheme costs of £50 million in full. As expert advisors to the National Lottery Sports Fund, we're very familiar with the criteria for funding, and we're happy that the Wakefield proposal meets these requirements precisely. Furthermore, Wakefield has been identified by the Sports Council as a priority area for development and is eligible for up to 90% funding. Because of the variety of other sources available for this project, however, we'd only be looking for up to 55% to come from the National Lottery Sports Fund. We believe that Wakefield has got a very compelling case to make, particularly in view of the recent announcements on the development of excellence and grassroots participation in sport, both of which feature very prominently within the Wakefield scheme.
But the funding doesn't end there, far from it. The Wakefield proposal also includes substantial funding from other sources. For example, the owners of nearby developments have already promised to contribute several millions of pounds. The council itself is also prepared to put several millions of pounds into the scheme from the sale of nearby land. A package that will cover the cost of the new project in full. Right, so the money's sorted, but having a new ground and a new stadium, which will be the envy of the cricketing world, is all well and good, but it counts for nothing if the most important people, the supporters, can't get to it. So good communications will be a key issue in the success of any site being considered by the club. Wakefield Council's proposed site couldn't be more ideally located. Situated near to junction 39 on the M1 and just a short distance from the junction with the M62, the new ground is less than 90 minutes drive away for no fewer than 17 million people. One of the beauties of the location is that it isn't dependent on a road building scheme. Motorways and link roads are already there. Rail links too are excellent. With an established line already bordering the site, all that's needed is a station, and that's precisely what Wakefield will provide, an on-site station dedicated to the new stadium. Public transport facilities will also be first class, with easy and convenient connections from city centres and major routes. Even if you wanted to travel to the ground by boat, the chances are you could do that too. The River Calder borders the site and will be the focus of a superbly landscaped waterside setting. Well, however you want to get there, getting to the Wakefield site couldn't be easier. An on-site railway station and direct road links are not just a bonus, they're a necessity. Now finally, let's move to one of the most important issues, planning. Without it, any new proposal is stumped before it can get started. And here too, Wakefield has a significant competitive edge. To find out more, let's hear from Roger Mather, Chief Executive of Wakefield Council, about the planning situation.
Typically, a major development of this nature will take 4 years or more from inception to completion. And part of that process is the planning process. That can often take 2 years alone to resolve all those issues. In Wakefield, the Council has resolved that it will grant planning permission and is simply awaiting clearance from the Government Office. Therefore, planning permission will shortly exist for this site and it will go ahead. Part of that permission has obviously involved the landowners. The landowners are committed and in total support of this scheme. This site will be developed. We want it to be developed with the Yorkshire County Cricket Club.
Over the past few minutes, we've heard about communications, on-site development, planning, the design of the stadium, the ground itself, and of course funding. But just to underline the case for the Wakefield site, which is just a putt away from this golf course, let's hear from Colin Croxall, the leader of Wakefield Metropolitan District Council.
I believe that the Wakefield concept offers a vision of an outstanding venue for the sport of cricket, not just at local level, but at regional, national and international level. You will have to make one of the most momentous decisions that you have ever had to make or ever will have to make in the interest of Yorkshire cricket. Before you do that, I hope you will consider some of the following issues.
Communications. Are road and rail links to the site itself already in place or even achievable? Planning. Are planning approvals far enough advanced? Can they even be achieved? Funding. Does it, or indeed can it, include European funding as well as Sports Council lottery funds, a package that will cover the cost of the new project in full? And finally, what about the development itself? Will the proposed plans create the beauty and the tranquility that will empathise with the elegance and the character of the sport itself? Only Wakefield can answer yes to all these questions, and only Wakefield can offer Yorkshire County Cricket Club a world-class future which can be delivered.